Oskaloosa Indians basketball action is on the air.
Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxburt's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug. And now, live Oskaloosa basketball action
on the No Coast Network.
And welcome in. We are live at the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium for a non-conference boys basketball game between the 3-0 Oskaloosa Indians and the 1-1 Big Reds out of Centerville. My name is Emery Songer, and I'm currently being joined by my new Tuesday night broadcast partner, and it is senior here at the Oskaloosa High School, Calvin Silvers. Calvin, thanks so much for joining us. It's going to be exciting for us to work together throughout this season. Before we go any farther, take us through kind of what you do here at the high school.
Well, I am a senior here at the high school. And then I'm an OVP. Doing what we do now, broadcast the games. I was also in football. And then that's about all I really do for sports-wise, and then kind of extracurricular activities. But I'm loving high school, and it's a blast.
And it's a blast to watch this basketball team and what we've been able to see so far through 3 games. This Oskaloosa team has put up some big numbers. They had a closer game against Fairfield than I think they would have liked. A couple of blowouts since in a conference matchup against Pella Christian, non-conference at a South Central Conference foe in Knoxville on the road on Saturday, which was a nice win for these Indians as well. But Calvin, the most important thing here is that you know this team, you know what they're capable of. It's a matter of continuing to progress as we get closer and closer to the teeth of this little Hawkeye season.
You're right, Emery. This team has to keep up what they're doing. They can always get better. Xavier, he could get some more rebounds. The passing-wise could get a little better. But I think this team's on the right track for what they want to do this season.
And at 3-0, you can't ask for more than that. They're expected to win big here against another South Central Conference team, and that is Centerville, a team that lost their leading scorer in Brett Kozlerich a year ago. They are a younger team. They're going to be led in scoring by Tyson Beloma, who is a returner. He's averaging through 2 games over 20 points per game this season, and we'll see if he's able to kind of deter what the Oskaloosa Indians are going to attempt to do, at least in this game so far. But Oskaloosa can't play down to the competition level tonight. They need to come out here and they need to feel good about what they do because Grinnell is on deck on Friday.
That's right. Oskaloosa, they know that they can do really well in this game, and that's what they have to do. Can't stoop down to Centerville's level. And like you said, Grinnell's coming up Friday. That's going to be a hard one. Grinnell is, kind of rivals in a way, and they're going to come out hard, and they're not going to just lay down. So Oskie's got to keep improving, and this is a good step to keep improving.
Yeah, Centerville comes in a little bit undermanned, a little bit underhanded in terms of this matchup against a very big Oskaloosa team, but they will have a lot of fight, and we saw that from their freshman and JV teams earlier here tonight. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll let you know who's starting for these teams. We'll get you set for the tip-off as the Oskaloosa Indians look to stay unbeaten as they take on Centerville in boys basketball action right here on the No Coast Network.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities, where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success, where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
Oskaloosa and Centerville warming up for their boys basketball affair in the non-conference. Just a single game tonight. The girls had tonight off, but they are going to be back in action as part of our double dip on Friday as the Indians welcome Grinnell to this gymnasium Friday night with the the girls game rather, starting at 6:15 with our pregame show starting around 6 o'clock. Emery Songer, Calvin Silvers with you. And as these two teams warm up, Calvin, the first thing that we need to talk about is the fact that Tyson Beloma, through a couple of games so far, has done an excellent job of stepping up. He only averaged 5 points a game last year and now has become their leading scorer.
Yeah, obviously he's going to have to take a bigger role this season for them, and he's stepped up to the plate, and so far he's delivering very well. And this team lost 5 seniors from last year. That included Brett Kozlerich, who averaged an unbelievable 24.2 points per game and shot over 51% from the field, over 40% from 3. It's tough to replace a guy like that, but you do need a player to step up, and Beloma has done that, averaging 20.5 per game through the first 2 games for Centerville. But for Oskaloosa, it's been just a mosh of guys able to come up with big numbers. Cole Henry had a triple-double against Knoxville. He's averaging 17 a game. Xavier Foster averaging 15 a game. Jerry Cruz averaging 14 a game. Any of those guys can lead Oskaloosa in scoring. Exactly, and Cole Henry's actually leading the team right now with 52 points overall. He's been stepping it up this season. He's got a lot on his shoulders, and he's here to prove to people that he's worth the hype. And he's kind of taking a back seat in the hype machine to Xavier Foster, but as people have checked out Xavier, they have noticed the raw talent that Cole Henry has as well, and he's even a little more refined this year as a junior than he was last year as a sophomore, still playing in a lead role for Oskaloosa and head coach Ryan Parker. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. Oskaloosa taking on Centerville here on the No Coast Network.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Mira and Cheeto or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
The Oskaloosa Indians continue their warm-ups. The Centerville Big Reds doing the same. If you are an Oskaloosa sports fan, you are familiar with the student section and the entirety of this community. And they do a very good job of really supporting the programs, whether it's basketball, football, etc. But you can see this theme for tonight. Calvin, you're a big part of this student section, typically, unless you're up here in the booth.
Yeah.
The pajamas are the look tonight. How do you guys decide those things?
Oh, well, we kind of have a group of us guys that get together and decide, and we thought, you know what, it's a little chilly outside. Why not come inside, wear our warm pajamas, and watch some good basketball?
All right, well, it's as simple as that, I suppose. Oskaloosa also, I didn't get a full chance to say in our last broadcast on Friday night, the Oskaloosa dance team and the color guard were up at state, and my goodness, nearly cleaned house. The color guard, my wife's actually the color guard director, they got a state championship in class 2, and then I think 3 of 4 for the dance team as well, and they got 3rd, I think, in the other. That's unbelievable.
That is crazy. They're doing great things.
State championships are just kind of flying out of that dance program. And now Audrey Chambers, who also is a cheerleader for this Oskaloosa team, she actually, her junior year, won the state soloist championship in color guard and was a part of the state title winning team for that went up there as a group this past week. So congratulations to them. Centerville introducing their starting lineup, the student section for Oskaloosa. Giving them sarcastic round of applause. The first man is Tyson Maloma. He's a senior at 6'1". He's going to be joined by Taylor McGran, another senior at 5'9", helping lead this Big Red team. The third man is Jackson Oker. He is a 6-foot junior. Logan Stickler, the 6'3" senior, getting introduced. You see some smiles from these Big Reds as the Oskaloosa student section really giving them some good cheers here. Dan Hargrave, the last senior. So 4 seniors and a junior are trotting out. 6'4" is Hargrave. So they do have some experience, although a lot of these guys had to sit behind a big group of solid seniors for Centerville a year ago. Now for Oskaloosa, it is senior Spencer Tucker, who finally got off the schneid. He had scored just 4 points and made 0 3-pointers in his first 2 games, but went 5 for 6 from downtown on Saturday against Knoxville, put up 16 points. He's looking to try to keep that momentum going into tonight. Defensive stopper Tanner DeCock, he is just a great utility player, could do everything from tough defense on the best scorer on the other team to playing some good offense and making some good shots. A heady player as well. Big man, X-Man, Xavier Foster at 6'9", make it 6'11" this year. He was 6'9" last year, but he's gone up to 6'11", 6'9" Cole Henry, a junior, and he is going to be joined by the senior Jared Cruz, 6'5", and you can make the argument Jared Cruz is the most complete player Oskaloosa has on this year's team, despite Cole Henry and Xavier Foster getting a lot of the run and rub from the state. Cole actually is a finalist for Player of the Week, along with a couple other area kids. J.D. Stout from Kyoto had a great week, and also Garrett Sturts, who was scoring out. I mean, he is scoring unbelievably for Newton so far this season, as he is that team's offense this year. But along with him is Cole Henry, and he's actually leading the votes in the Iowa Hoops Prep website and their Player of the Week in Week 1.
If you look at Cole Henry, he's just an absolute complete player. Can rebound, can have some of the best passes on the team, and can score. And he's in the lead right now, and I think that's well deserved.
And it's going to take a lot to dethrone him. He has over twice as many votes as anybody else in that poll. So Foster about to jump it up with Hargrave. Easy tap win for him, and Henry is going to settle it down. Oskaloosa basketball to get underway as we are here in Oskaloosa for a non-conference action. Pump fake there from Spencer Tucker, lobs it to the high post. Here's Henry, kicks it out. Cruz thought about it. Top of the key, open from 25. Tucker for 3.
That's what Spencer's got to do. He's going to get hot early, and if he gets hot early, I think he'll stay hot the rest of the game.
Well, he had an unbelievable sophomore year, over 50% from 3 his sophomore season. That backed down a little bit last year, but he's trying to get it going after missing his first 11 3-point attempts of the season in the first 2 games of the year. Centerville wearing black uniforms with black numbers trimmed in red. An interesting look. Tough to tell who's who out up here with that look, but they are the road team. As Xavier gets a steal, he's on the run all the way for 2, and then he takes a hard landing after he slips off of the rim. But the steal and 2 points for Xavier. He gets back on defense, and a little hook shot blocked by Xavier and out of bounds. Good recovery by the X-Man.
Just a good series for Xavier there. You knew right when he was going to get that steal, that was going to be a dunk. And then he falls down. You might think he's hurt, gets right back up, goes down the floor, and blocks the shot.
All the coaching staff is laughing on the bench over there after that whole mishap, but Xavier looks like he's no worse for the wear, and that's good news for Oskaloosa fans. Here's Beloma, 20.5 points per game so far this season. He's going to be manned up against Tanner DeCock, which is not an easy ask for the senior. Beloma's got it, volleyball line. He's going to drive with his left hand, have it poked away by Henry, but he gets it back, and he'll kick it back out. Settling it down is McGran. McGran will drive on Tucker, draws contact, and it'll be a foul on Tucker. Spencer, in his first 2 seasons at the varsity level, the one big knock on him was it's tough for him to defend anyone, but he's grown about 5 inches in the offseason. He now stands at 6 foot even, but he's still trying to get acclimated to being a good defender against fellow guards, not only in the conference, but also in these non-conference games.
That's right, and sometimes he has problems with using his hands a little too much, but I think he's been working on that, and I think he'll be fine.
DeCock usually guards the best guard on the opposition's team, and Tucker takes the off guard, but it's not easy. A lot of these guys can handle the ball and shoot it. Tucker playing defense on McGran. Here's a good drive, and then laying it in is Tyson Beloma, and that was on DeCock.
Yeah, we were just talking about him too.
Here's the press break. Lob for Foster, a little high from Henry, and the turnover gets it right back. Logan Stickler picked up the steal, and his kick out is thrown out of bounds. Intended for McGran, and the second turnover for the Big Reds.
I think if Cole he tried a no-look alley-oop. I think if he was looking, he maybe could have connected it a little better. That's still hard to do, even in the high school level, an alley-oop.
Here's the pass to Cruz, press break. This time a better pass to Foster and an easy slam, as after you break that press, it's almost a 3-on-1.
That's right. That's the bad thing in Centerville's press. But, I mean, what can they do? They got to try to get turnovers.
7-2, Oskaloosa an early lead. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. 5:40 left. It is Centerville basketball. Outside the arc, this is Hargrave. One dribble, kicks it over to the right wing. This is McGran. Takes a couple steps in, kicks it out. Beloma from about 23. Nothing but net. Tyson Beloma with 5 quick points.
And they're going to need him to score as many as they can if they want to try to stay in this game.
Quickly ahead to Foster on the press break. He's going to get it to Cruz. Can't quite finish the oop, as he was kind of stuck between trying to dunk it and lay it in. Instead, it's going to be a quick rebound and then a 3-point shot by Beloma. No good. Good rebound on the other end by Hargrave, and the 3 this time by Jackson Oker.
Oskaloosa's got to get out on them, have their hands up. They're finding some spots in the defense right now, Centerville is, and they're cashing on threes.
Here is Henry, goes baseline, gets up, under, tries to go with a left-handed dunk, and it's a miss. Quickly the other way. Here's Beloma on the pass from Oker, who picked up the rebound, and they'll settle it down to McGran. Centerville with an 8-7 lead here. And another quick 3 from Beloma, no good, but a long rebound, kicks all the way out to McGran. He'll take Tucker baseline, good up fake, but left it short, gets his own board, goes the other side, misses, and Foster finally clears the rebound.
Oski probably should have had a rebound earlier in that possession, but they were just tipping it, they weren't grabbing it, and that led to Centerville getting some second possessions.
Another quick run out, and it's going to be DeCock getting fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a couple. The first foul of the game is whistled on Jackson Oker. Oker, his first, team's first. And a timeout, Centerville, before we get to the free throws. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Foster taking that big tumble. Doesn't seem any worse for the wear, like I mentioned, so that's good news. But right now, Centerville proving that, hey, if a guy like Beloma or a guy like Oker gets hot, this is not going to be an easy walkover game for Oskaloosa.
Oskaloosa's got to realize that, too. They got to get out, high hands, close out if they want to stop that. But they can't over pursue, otherwise they're just going to take it right by them.
And on the offensive end, they've blown a couple of opportunities looking for big highlight reel slams, the reverse dunks, alley-oops, turnovers, missed shots up front. Maybe if you just take care of it a little bit, I'm sure that's what Coach Parker's saying. Let's just get sure baskets now. Maybe the highlight reel plays can come later, but for right now, we need to make sure that we get out ahead of them before we start taking some unnecessary risks.
That's right. Even if you're only down by 1, you'd like to see them just put it in for a layup. Maybe if you get up by 10 points, try some dunks, but right now you're down. You just got to put it in.
Tanner DeCock goes to the line. His first free throw is on the way, and it is off the mark. For Tanner DeCock, last season over an 87% from the line. His first 3 years of the varsity level, one of the best that Oskaloosa has had at the free throw line, as reliable as it gets, but he's just 1 for 4. Make it 1 for 5. Henry gets the offensive board, though, goes up with the left hand and scores it.
That's what Henry does. He gets in there, he gets those rebounds.
Henry's first 2 points of the game, and it is now a 9-8 lead for Oskaloosa. But it's just odd what's happening to Tanner DeCock. He is 1 for 5 on the season. Foster, another steal, kind of took it a little easy on his way down the floor, and it's knocked out of bounds with good hustle that time by Oker.
Yeah, I don't know why Xavier, he was slowing down to try a dunk. He should have just kept going and just put it in with a layup.
Centerville plays hard, but that's the second.
They do play hard.
It says there's a foul up on the board there. I did not see a foul. As DeCock, no problem shooting it from long range. And that is 3 points on the board, 12-8. So they do have a foul on the board. It went on Oker on the drive there. Oker draws a foul on Cruz here on the other end. So that's the second team foul on Oskaloosa.
Oskaloosa's got to be careful. They don't want anyone to get in foul trouble.
Tucker has one, and Cruz has one. Yates comes into the game, and he is going to replace Foster for the time being. Again, we mentioned Xavier on the first steal, breakaway slam of the game. Kind of took a hard tumble off the rim, but got up. Was playing like nothing was wrong, but you never know. That's the kind of thing that is just really scary about going up there with full head of steam, trying to grab it with 2 hands. Either way, it's Oker. Loses his footing, but regains it. Hands it off. This is Beloma taking DeCock off the dribble, but then kicks it back out. Oker. Back to Beloma, right wing. Good hedge that time by Yates, and he gives it up to McGran. McGran gets a couple of screens. They're switching going on all over the place. Then he'll hand it off. This is Stickler. Stickler, while outside the arc, hands it for Beloma again. He runs out of real estate. Back to Stickler. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Oski's defense looking strong, leading by 4, 12-8. Beloma settles it down back by the center circle and gets to the right side of the floor. Oker cut off, double teamed, and then finds McGran. Having a hard time coming up with any kind of offense here is Centerville. Stickler, left wing, he'll just fire the wild 3, barely graze iron. The save is made, finds a way to get it to Hargrave, and a lay-in. That's a good job by McGran on the rebound and the pass to Hargrave, who gets his first 2 of the game. Here's a quick pass from Yates to Henry. He's under the hoop. Left-hand layup is good.
Like to see him trying to lay up there instead of a dunk. And you were talking earlier, Centerville couldn't find anything on offense, and they were just mostly staying at the top. They weren't looking down low, and it's hard to with Oski's big guys.
McGran off the dribble takes Tucker to the rack and lays it in for 2, and it's 14-12. Centerville hanging right with Oskaloosa here in the early going. Press break pass up ahead to Yates. Yates finds a cutting Cruz all the way, laying and one. I think Oker might get his 3rd here.
Smart choice by Ryan. He about threw the alley-oop to Cole, who was open, but saw Jared trailing, took the easier pass, and got the layup and the foul.
That is 3 on Jackson Oker, at least by the scoreboard. He will be replaced by Brady Kozlerich, the freshman brother of Brett Kozlerich, who led this team with 24-plus points per game last season. Cruz's free throw is no good. Rebound cleared out by Hargrave underneath.
Jared Cruz shooting 47% this year at the free throw line. You'd like to see that a little better from him.
I think Oskaloosa as a whole can get better at the free throw line.
Yes.
Here's Hargrave outside the arc at the top of the key. Gets it over to Kozlerich. He wants to go with the left hand, working on Yates. Gets close to about 5 feet. His wild shot is no good. Quick rebound by DeCock. Lobs it ahead. Henry, left hand slam.
There you go. Cole Henry doing it all again. Just getting the slam.
Centerville wants to try to run as fast as they can down the floor as well. Oskaloosa an 18-12 lead. Kick out, Kozlerich gets it to McGran. Thought about 3. Instead, pulls it down. Runs out of room at the top of the left side of the floor, and then DeCock able to hustle back and poke this out of bounds on a pass intended for Kozlerich. You're right, there's not a whole lot in the way of motion offense. It is a matter of just passing it around and then trying to find Oskaloosa out of position.
Yeah, and they almost found him out of position there, but Tanner hustled back. He kind of got beat, hustled back, and got the tip out of bounds.
Tucker Dundekoven into the game for Oskaloosa. He replaced Spencer Tucker. 124 and counting first quarter. Oski by 6, 18-12. Here's Kozlerich, 25 feet away, right at the top of the left wing. Here is Stickler on the drive, gets to Hargrave. He goes with a little spin move, splits defenders. Nice finish by Dan Hargrave.
Very good move, and Cole just did not throw a very smart pass right there. He was trying to hit someone down that was streaking but just couldn't connect.
Here is Beloma, not a good pass from him on the cutting Stickler. Hits Hargrave from 18 feet, no good. And the rebound to Nunnekoven. Quick leak out, Cruz. Thought about three instead, passed it to the trailer Nunnekoven, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay down here. I thought it may have hit the leg of Nunnekoven, and it did. It'll go to Centerville.
Oskaloosa is transitioning better than Centerville right now, but we tried to dunk it, missed a few opportunities right there. You know, the ball slipped out of the hands. So, I mean, Oskaloosa has opportunities. They're just not connecting right now.
Both teams with 3 turnovers by my count, of course, unofficial. It's 18-14. Oski with a 4-point lead. Centerville basketball. Xavier Foster back into the game, replacing Henry. Here's Beloma, volleyball line, right side of the floor. Hargrave out by the volleyball line, being guarded closely out there by Foster. Kozlerich to Stickler. He'll hand off, little weave action at the top. I think they want to hold for one shot. Here's Beloma. He'll dribble to the top of the key. Bounce pass to Kozlerich, high left side of the floor. Here is McGran. He wants to take Nunnekoven off the dribble. Again, gets cut off. Goes backdoor pass, but it's stolen away by Cruz. Cruz hustling down the floor. It's DeCock. He rises up, has his shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul. And it'll be 2 shots for Tanner DeCock, who, as mentioned, a surprising 1 for 5 at the line so far this season. They're going to get the foul on Beloma. That's number 1 for him. 4th team foul of the first half with 7.1 left. It'll be DeCock at the line to shoot a pair. The Indians are not afraid to run if you give them an opportunity.
Oh, yeah, no, they're not afraid at all. They'll take that opportunity.
First one,
man.
No good. There's something going on with the shot of Tanner DeCock.
And I know he practices these too, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe he's just kind of down on himself, but
he does make the second here, so he is 1 for 4 thus far and just 2 for 7 on the season from the line. As Centerville has it in the front court, by the way. No shot able to get on the floor. And Oskaloosa with a 19-14 first quarter lead. We'll take a short break and be back with the second quarter after this on the No Coast Network.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Oskaloosa with a 19-14 lead after 1 quarter of play. Emery Songer, Calvin Silvers, you're listening to Oski basketball here on 99.5 FM, 740 AM KMZN, radio KMZN.com with a live video stream as well as MCG Channel 7. We appreciate you for joining us. Oskaloosa playing defense here. Left basket, it's Centerville basketball. Here is Kozlerich, then to Stickler. Stickler also out there with a couple of new players here. Quick kick out Stickler from the right wing, and that's not a good shot. Rebound by Yates on the weak side. Lobs it ahead for Foster, and another slam.
They're just, like we said earlier, Oskaloosa is transitioning better, and they're just getting open shots like that.
Beloma from 3, no good. Rebound by Xavier Foster. Quick leak out again, looking for Nunnekoven, and he can't save it. Another turnover, but Oskaloosa on those run-outs on almost every missed shot that they're getting, along with Centerville trying to press as much as possible. It is not a formula conducive to Centerville unless they can find ways to make these shots in the front court. They did score 14 points in the first quarter, so they hung right with Oskaloosa, but they have to continue that pace.
That's right, and they can't get anything down low because you got too many big men, so they just got to have to rely on threes.
Lobbed up there by Stickler, and he's going to draw a foul on Foster. That's a good little drive. It's going to really have to be kind of those one-man games the way Centerville is running their offense right now with the guys they have on the floor. With Kozlerich out there as Quentin Kessner as well, and it appears that Matt McDonald, a sophomore, is out there for the Big Reds. As Stickler's first free throw is long, no good.
And also Centerville, Oker's out with some foul trouble right now, so they got to find someone that can step up. Beloma's been doing pretty good so far.
Well, he's going to come to the bench, and he'll be replaced by Taylor McGran, who also looked pretty solid in that first quarter as well. By the way, that foul on Foster, his first, team's third for Oskaloosa, and Stickler's second foul shot is long as well. And the rebound pulled down by Foster. So 0 for 2 at the line. You have to capitalize on those opportunities if you are Centerville. Foster, a little backdoor pass to Nunikoven, who barely caught it. He fires it to Yates. Right wing three is good.
That's what you like to see from Oskaloosa, passing the ball around, finding an open person. And Oskaloosa's been faced with zones all season so far, and they're just tearing this zone apart.
30-second timeout for Centerville. They will have 3 timeouts the rest of this game, all in the full variety. They are down 24-14. Oskaloosa led with 6 points each from Cole Henry and Xavier Foster, 4 from Tanner DeCock, 3 each from Tucker and Yates, and then 2 from Jared Cruz. Fun fact, so far this season, uncharacteristically, Tanner DeCock has missed 5 free throws. He's 2 for 7 at the free throw line. You want to know how many he missed all of last year?
I would like to know.
He missed 4 all of last year. He went 28 of 32 from the foul line 1 year ago. So for a guy who, and I mean, that's not just he had a good year at the line. He's routinely been, he played as a freshman. When he would go to the free throw line, you could expect him to knock them down. But this season, just trying to fix a little hitch in his shot. Either way, Oskaloosa in good shape, 24-14 at the lead. Here is Centerville in the front court. It is Stickler. Picked up the dribble. I thought that was a travel. No call. And he's going to be able to get it to McGran. McGran pestered by Nunikoven out by the volleyball line. Tries to get a screen from Hargrave. Offensive foul. Hargrave, his legs were outside of his cylinders. You have to keep your legs under your hips. And he got that right leg out there to try to get a piece of Nunikoven. A clear offensive foul.
Good call by the refs, too.
That is the first on Hargrave. It will be Kozlerich exiting and Beloma right back into the game.
And they need Beloma out there, so they just probably were giving him a little rest, and now he's right back out.
And he'll probably be out there for 6.5 minutes for the rest of this first half. Finding Foster, he's going to rise up, try to slam it. I mean, he's not afraid of trying to put your body on a poster, and Hargrave picks up his second foul in quick order, and Xavier will go to the free throw line.
He's kind of limping, too.
Well, the only thing that you worry about with a guy like Xavier, although he's nice and tall, he is not as full that you would like with some muscles as well.
That's right.
If you're, Xavier, I know you want to put guys on posters, but try to take care of your body a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
First free throw is good.
No surprise there. He's 75% on the season so far, which is really good.
And that's what I think makes him so attractive to Division I coaches, is the fact that this guy already at 6'11", just 15 years old, does a really good job of using touch around the basket and from outside, but he misses the second, and the rebound to McGran. That's already his 5th rebound from the guard position in this game.
Very impressive.
Here is McGran working on Tucker, and he goes all the way to the hole and lays it in. That was actually Quentin Kessner, my mistake. And there's going to be a little hand check foul, I believe, on Kessner on the other end. But Kessner, off the dribble on Tucker there, I mean, he looks like he's a solid offensive player, although this season he only has scored 4 points coming into today's action.
Yeah, he got Spencer kind of to jump up a little bit in the air and then took that opportunity and just went right by him.
Tucker will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 17 fouls now on Centerville. His first free throw is good. Shooting woes to start the season for Tucker, but it seems like after the Knoxville game, that's kind of a slump buster, if you will, and he looks like he's back to his old self.
Yeah, you knew that if he hit some threes in that Knoxville game, once he hit the first one, you knew there was going to be more than just one.
He does make both here. He'll come to the bench, replaced by the defensive stopper, Tanner DeCock. Cruz back in. He'll replace Nunikoven. Just over 6 to play first half. Foskey by 11.
That's the good thing about Oskaloosa, too, is they just have so many people that can come off the bench. Defensive-wise, offensive-wise, big, small, it doesn't matter. Oskaloosa has it all.
Hargrave over to the right wing. Dropping it down is Kessner, but it's stolen away by Xavier Foster.
Using
already his third steal.
Long arms to get in there.
It is going to be Yates. Lobs it up for Henry. Nice catch. Lays it in.
Smart play by Ryan. Saw him having the edge on his guy, just passed it right down to him.
Not trying to do too much either from Cole. He's got 8 points. 3 assists off the bench for Yates in the early going. Outside is Hargrave. Over to McGran. And he'll kick it out about 22 feet. Here's Beloma, hands it to Hargrave, gets a little rub screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Tanner DeCock, that's his trademark, just on this hedge, stepping up, and McGran's going to get called for his first foul.
Tanner's going to take that, and he always takes the charge. That's what, like you said, that's his trademark. That's what he's going to do.
Against Fairfield, he had about 5 of them.
Yeah.
Could have had more, but I think they were just afraid of calling so many charges that one guy was drawing.
Yeah, you gotta give the other team some slack sometimes.
Here's Henry. Look away, and then McGran in a bad spot has to do what he doesn't want to do, and that's commit his second foul in about 20 seconds. His second, and cruise to the line, but that little scoop pass from Henry, finding an open man and forcing another foul. It's already 19 fouls on Centerville with Cruz to the line for 2.
I'm telling you, Emery, I think Cole has one of the best passes on the team. He can fit him in to tight spaces that you wouldn't even think possible.
These free throw woes have been real for Oskaloosa. Just 57.6% coming in. They have missed a total of 6 and made only 4 so far.
If I'm Coach Parker, that's something I'm working on this week in practice before the Grinnell game.
Cruz does make the second. 30-16, Oski by 14. 5:05 to go first half. Beloma guarded by DeCock, kicks it out to McGrain, who's still out there with his 2 fouls. We have not seen Oker into the game since he picked up his 3rd. Top of the key, another little bounce pass. Beloma being asked to create for himself here, a little isolation, but he's calling for a screen from Hargrave. Doesn't take it, instead passes it over to McGran. Offers a screen, McGran won't take it, and just dribbles it back to the top. No shot clock in high school basketball, so as long as you're not being closely guarded, you can keep doing this. Pass into the corner, Stickler partially blocked by Foster, rebounded by Cole Henry.
Good block, good closeout by Xavier on that.
Henry finds an open look for Foster, right corner 3, left it short. Rebound kind of pinballed around, but eventually DeCock got it. Little lefty hook from Henry is good.
Good shot by Henry, and good job for Tanner just not giving up on the play and sticking with the tip pass and grabbing it.
His second assist, the offensive board. Henry in double figures with 10. 4:10 left in this second quarter. Outside the arc are the Big Reds. Stickler gets it to McGran, a little spin move, up fake, knocked away by Foster, and it'll be a steal. Back the other way, here's Foster, and he's gonna be wrapped up, and he lays it in, but they're gonna say no shot. I was about to say, they called the foul before he leaped, and at all levels of basketball, they're trying to kind of avoid that continuation call of just chucking it up as soon as you feel contact.
Yeah.
But it should be a 2-shot foul because it is 10 team fouls. Beloma picks up his second, and Centerville wants another timeout. We'll take a short break. When we come back, more Oskaloosa basketball. The Indians doubling up Centerville 32-16 halfway through the second right here on the No Coast Network.
Holding. Number 79, defense. First down. I'm also holding a party tonight.
Great call by the official. Looks like we've got another flag on the field.
Holding a Pepsi. Necessary refreshment.
Hey, Ted, bring some of that Pepsi to my party.
Pepsi and the NFL. Welcome to the Fun Doesn't End Zone.
Holding, number 79, defense.
Dreams start early. Illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa. For the dreamer in all of us.
Oskaloosa will have Xavier Foster to the free throw line. He will shoot 2 as the Indians are in the double bonus for the last 3:53 of this first half. Foster already with 7 points. His first free throw is good. Emery Songer alongside Calvin Silvers up here in the Crow's Nest at the Oskaloosa High School. Oskaloosa really had a battle with Centerville through a 19-14 first quarter, but the Centerville offense has sputtered while Oskaloosa has continued to maintain a breakneck pace. And with this Foster free throw, which is good as well, Oski has themselves an 18-point advantage, 34-16.
You mentioned that Centerville only had 14 at the end of the first, now only have 16, and I believe that they're not setting as many screens as they were at the beginning, and I don't think their offense is as efficient when they don't set as many screens.
Here's Kozlerich back into the game. He's working on Cruz. That's not a good size advantage for Kozlerich, the freshman who's trying to acclimate to the varsity level. Here's Stickler. He'll hand it off. McGran gets it back to Stickler. Nice little pick and roll. Lays it in, but it's a charge. Good job by Foster taking the contact. There is no restricted area in high school basketball. If this was college ball, very well could have been in the restricted area underneath the hoop. But either way, a good job by Foster to draw the charge, and that is the first on Logan Stickler.
Oh, they're just chucking it right down the court.
Yeah, that's going to be a touchdown pass to head coach Matt Kruzich on the Centerville bench, but Coach Parker clapping his hands after the fact as baseball pitcher Ryan Yates trying to show off the gun here. Just missed a little to the left and a little over the head of Cole Henry.
Yep. Can't do that. I don't know why you wouldn't try to. I mean, he was kind of open, but I don't know why you wouldn't try to just get it down on this side of the court.
McGran about 25 feet away from the hoop will dribble it to the top. Pestered again by Yates. Oski's defense in the half court. Relentless here in the first half. It is Kozlerich losing his footing, and that's a tough foul call on Cruz, just trying to follow with him, and a little bit of a bailout. That's just the 4th team foul on Oskaloosa, however.
Yeah,
and for Cruz, that's his 2nd.
Can't complain with Jared there. That was good defense. Just, like you said, a break call for Centerville.
And when you get those legs tangled up, a lot of times the officials feel like something needs to be called. There's a nice lay-in attempt that time, but it was missed by Kozlerich. The rebound went to Hargrave, and he was fouled by Foster, who got a piece of his head as the rebound was on its way down. That's 2 on Foster.
2 Oski players went up for the rebound. No one boxed out. Ball bounced a different way and landed right in Centerville's hands.
2 fouls on Foster now. Here's Hargrave on the inbound. He's going to try to back in Henry. Couple of ball fakes, and then he'll kick it out. Kozlerich leaves it for Stickler. Working on Foster. Stops, kicks it out. Kozlerich, the left-handed left wing 3-point attempt is well long, and the rebound to Nunnekoven. Lobbed ahead. Here's Henry. Nice behind the back dribble, and he'll go up. Oh my, with the reverse 2-hand jam.
Something I haven't seen from Cole in a while, but that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
He kind of got up into the air and just decided, hey, I'm going to go with the 2-hand reverse here.
This is the kind of time when you can try those kind of dunks.
They're up 20 now. Exactly, Calvin. A little less stress here. Nice pass, finding Hargrave from the top by Kozlerich.
Centerville trying to quiet down Oskaloosa's crowd a little bit.
Here is Foster, a little finger roll, left it right. Rebound bounces over to McGran. He'll get ahead. He's got a 3-on-1. They don't find the open man, however. Kozlerich takes it all the way himself, but misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Foster, and quickly ahead to Nunnekoven, and he goes up. There was a good block attempt there by Beloma, but instead, their leading scorer on the year has 3 fouls after that block attempt in the fast break. Nunnekoven to the line for 2.
It's hard to keep up with them. They're just going back and forth really quickly.
My stats will suffer. Trying my best to keep up, but Beloma and Oker both have 3. Nunnekoven to shoot 2. Misses the first.
The struggles still continue for Oskaloosa at the free throw line.
Nunnekoven, that's just his first attempt on the season, but last year, if you look at Nunnekoven, 13 for 23, about a 57% free throw shooter on his varsity career. Cruz exits. It is Yates, Henry, Nunnekoven, DeCock, and Foster out there for Oskaloosa as Nunnekoven's 2nd is off the mark. Look at DeCock hustle for the rebound, but he's out of bounds.
Oh. You love the hustle, though. You love to see that. And that's the kind of kid Tanner is, too. He hustles at everything he does, football, basketball, anything, and that's why he's such a great athlete.
He is a hard-nosed guy, to say the least. It is Centerville basketball. They have Kozlerich out there with Stickler, out there as well as Matt McDonald. It is McGran, and then it's also Kester. Look at Kozlerich going all the way around and eventually draws the foul. Coach Parker not happy about the call, but the freshman Kozlerich trying to create here. It is Tanner DeCock's first.
That's a bold move, trying to go down low with Xavier right there.
Xavier, I think, would have gotten credit for a block had the foul not been called on DeCock trying to stay in front of him. It is a 2-shot foul for Kozlerich, who just averages 5.5 points per game. He misses the first free throw here, but if you're familiar with the name Kozlerich, there is reason to be very excited about this young man, because brother Brett Kozlerich had one heck of a career. He's 0 for 2 at the line this time, though, and Henry the rebound. Gets it ahead, Foster. He wants to go with another little finger roll and lays it in for 2.
He's just so long. His arms are so long. That finger roll works well for him.
Hand off to Stickler. He'll dribble it into the right corner. Not a good place to be. Trying to get it down low. Ooh. Eventually loses Foster. Wide open. Shoots the 3, but an air ball. Rebound is pulled down by Kozlerich, and that's a clear foul call on Henry for getting his knees kind of into Kozlerich as she's trying to dribble around it. It should be a 1-and-1 for Brett Kozlerich. Or Brady Kozlerich, my mistake.
Couple fouls for Oskaloosa the past couple possessions. Just got to kind of clean up a little and watch what they're doing.
Anytime you can get a glimpse into the future, though, for a team that's down 20 right now, it's 38-18 with 1:30 left in the second quarter. This is an opportunity. First is good. First point for Kozlerich. He'll have another one at the line here. But for me, when I look at, the scoreboard now, I forget about it. Xavier Foster gets the rebound on the second free throw miss. He's got 5 boards. Quickly ahead, here's DeCock. Tucker from about 28, yes.
Dialing it up from long range. Spencer really doesn't have a range limit. He can hit it from anywhere on the court.
Here is Stickler, lost the handle, it's still loose. All the way into the backcourt, who's it gonna be? Eventually it's gonna be corralled by Kozlerich, but poked away by Tucker from behind. Lobbed ahead, here is Foster, misses the slam. Henry had set him up on a plate, but he just could not finish dinner this time.
That's what I love about Oskaloosa. They're not selfish. They find the open guy. They're not, Cole could have just took that to the basket himself, looks, sees Xavier coming, passes it to him. That's what I really love about this team. No one's trying to do it just for themselves. And even Xavier, as a D1 athlete, prospect, he's not trying to stack up his points for recruiters or scouts. He's playing team basketball.
I think that's as attractive as anything at this point for a kid that has all the physical tools, as Foster misses the first free throw. And again, the shooting woes at the free throw line have been concerning for Oskaloosa, especially if they were in a closer game, as Nick Harrington makes his first appearance. Foster has one more at the line, and he will be checked out immediately if he makes this for Jared Cruz. Foster, good on the second. He's got 12, along with 5 boards, 4 steals, a couple of blocks, and an assist. So a really good first half from him. It is Cruz, Tucker, Harrington, DeCock, and Henry out there. So 4 starters in Harrington. It is the big Reds in the front court. Outside the volleyball arc, here is Kozlerich, wants a running start, poked at, and there's going to be a little hand check on DeCock. I'm surprised they didn't call it the first time he reached in there. He's just trying to force some steals now, as the pace of play really slowing down here in the second quarter, while Oskaloosa has built up a 42-19 lead, holding Centerville to just 1 made basket in this quarter as a whole.
Yeah, the defense has been looking good.
First free throw of the 1-and-1s, Kozlerich makes it. I was saying earlier when he was at the line, when you're down by this much, you just want to see what the future holds. And Baloma's a senior, McGran's a senior, Stickler and Hargrave are seniors. Let's see what these other guys have, including this freshman, Kozlerich. We know the lineage is good, as he's 3 for 6 at the line now. But now it's a matter of getting him out there for varsity minutes to try to see if you can harvest him a little bit. Here is Cruz with the slam on the baseline cut from Henry.
Cole Henry, another great pass. And Jared taking it up, it varies with him. Sometimes he'll lay it up, sometimes he'll dunk it, whatever he feels comfortable with.
McGran it's Tucker now playing tough defense. Trying to back in, that time was Kessner. He'll hand it off to McGran. McGran stops in the lane, rises, tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound is loose, pulled down by McDonald. McDonald trying to go into the paint. Stickler pulls it out, finds McGran. Nice pass from McGran, and a layup there from McDonald.
Good passing.
That was excellent. At the horn, a little short there from Tucker, and that will end the first half. 44-23, Oskaloosa running away with this one as we imagined, and they looked very good in that second quarter. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the halftime stats for you, let you know what the keys are for Oskaloosa, what to look forward to the rest of the way, as it's Oski by 21 at the break, right here on the No Coast Network.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Oskaloosa dance team live here from the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium. It is halftime. Oskaloosa with a 44-23 lead. We'll take a break, come back with a halftime show after this on the No Coast Network.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Kevin. Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Thank you. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
At half, it is Oskaloosa 44, Centerville 23. Emery Songer with you alongside Calvin Silvers. And as the team's warming up, you'll see them warming up throughout halftime. Quick look at the stats. Leading the way for Oskaloosa is Xavier Foster and Cole Henry. Each have 12 points. Foster added 5 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 blocks in a very active first half. Along with that, Cole Henry with his 12 points and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Both of those guys were fantastic, but Oskaloosa able to run and gun. Defensively really locked down Centerville in that second quarter, outscoring them 25-9. This game is not really in doubt in terms of the scoreboard, but what can Oskaloosa do to continue to understand that these are good quality minutes for the next 16 minutes of basketball?
I think Oskaloosa just has to take care of the ball better, definitely work on free throws, because there's stuff that they can improve in this game still, even with the score being 44-23. Like I said, I'd like to see them take care of the ball a little better, make some better decisions, because that's going to help in the upcoming games and Friday against Grinnell.
For Centerville, the important thing for them, we talked about it, they have 4 seniors, they all start. They are important players, but two of their starters, junior Jackson Oker and their leading scorer Tyson Beloma, have 3 fouls already. They had a bad foul situation in that first half, and it just kept getting worse for them. But they have a lot of sophomores and even a freshman, Brady Kozlerich, that they like to play. I don't think they're going to be too heartbroken to get a chance to see these guys in varsity action against a good quality team in Oskaloosa. And I would be surprised if we don't see those guys in big roles in the second half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Of course, Centerville doesn't want to be in this position. But like you said, there's kind of a positive out of this. They get to see some of their younger guys, kind of see how they play, especially against a great team like Oskaloosa. You see how they can face against the tougher opponents.
Centerville is not a bad team. We talk about what they did last year, 11-11 overall and 7-5 in the South Central Conference. That's a 12-conference slate against teams like Albia, Davis County, and a very strong Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont team. Knoxville is in there. Clark of Osceola is in there. They also, have a tough non-conference because half of their schedule is almost made up of non-conference opponents, including teams like Oskaloosa. This team hasn't played a non-conference game until this one, and this is also their first road game of the season. So a couple of new things for them as well, but this is a team that should be competitive in the South Central Conference. They are a much smaller 3A school, so it's not necessarily super surprising, especially knowing losing guys like Brett Kozlerich and Colton Beloma last year and Hunter Matty. They're leading scorers from a year ago. Coming into this year, not really knowing who those guys are going to be to step up. I think for the most part, if I am in a Centerville Big Reds shirt cheering on this team right now, I just want to see us come out, fight, no matter if it's the starters, these young guys coming into the game, and just know that, for the next 18 games of the season, we're still going to be a very tough team to handle in that South Central Conference.
Yeah, you're right. As a fan, obviously you came into this game knowing the potential Oskaloosa has this season, how good they are. And like you said, coming out of the half, you cannot just roll over and let Oskaloosa continue this dominance. You still got to fight, and especially the young guys, they got to make a name for themselves right now, so you can probably see them playing hard.
Oskaloosa basketball to start this second half, leading 44-23. It is Tanner DeCock, Jared Cruz, Cole Henry, Spencer Tucker, and Xavier Foster, the starters out there to start the second half, shooting at our left basket here at the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium. It is Foster in the corner to the top. Cruz thought about 3 against his zone defense. It'll be DeCock. Drives, kicks, deep right corner, or right wing 3 rather, for Spencer Tucker, and he's really got it going on now the last couple of games.
Yep, Spencer's finally catching fire again. That's what you like to see.
Beloma from the exact same spot on the other end of the floor hits a 3 of his own.
Beloma's having a great game.
He's got 8 points, and he is the offense, so if he can start getting it going, this game still could get interesting later. There's still plenty of time left. No look pass from Henry, finds an open left wing 3. Easy money for Tanner DeCock.
You were saying that this game could get interesting, and if Centerville wants to do that, they can't just leave guys like Spencer or Tanner open. I mean, they're
going to take open 3s, and they both have the capability, as we've seen, to make the open 3. Beloma is out there with McGran, Hargrave, Stickler. It's Hargrave, left hand, up and under around Xavier Foster.
Centerville's coming out strong, and that was a great move, and it just caught Xavier off guard.
Dan Hargrave's got 8 points in the game as well. Other way, there's another 3-pointer.
3-point shootout for Oskaloosa right now. 3 different guys coming off shooting and making a 3.
Foster with 15 after the 3-point bomb. There's going to be a reach-in foul as Hargrave tried to get through a double team from Foster and DeCock on the other end. So
Tanner wanted a jump ball, but he's not going to get that.
Not reaching in like that. It's his 3rd. First team's foul. 53-28. Another pass, ill-advised, poked away by Cruz. He hustles it down. He'll go up. Little right layup for Jared Cruz.
He really wanted that dunk right there, but hey, you got to take the points when you can get them.
And we go back and forth. A lot of scoring so far. Here is Jackson Oker, who we did not see for a lot of that first half with 3 fouls. He's got it up top. And he's going to pass it over to McGran, who's working on Tucker left wing. He'll drive into the top of the paint and kick it over to Oker. He'll take the long right wing 3. No good. He was hitting that shot in the warm-ups a lot. He hit about 4 or 5 of them from that spot in a row. I was watching him, and the rebound bounces out of bounds in favor of Centerville.
It's a lot different when you have someone guarding you.
That's true. Here's another inbound pass lobbed into McGran. Goes into the corner. Here's a 3-point shot. Stickler.
Finally gets that shot. He's missed that shot a few times tonight. Finally connected right there.
4 assists for McGran as well. Henry, he's going to go baseline, go up with the left hand, and they're going to call a blocking foul as his cylinder on the drive was taken out from underneath him. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Henry in this game, one of the few Indians yet to go to the free throw line. And that's the 3rd foul on Taylor McGran.
Henry's 66.7, so about 67% on the season.
First one is up, and it's good. You just want some level of stability with some of your foul shooters. You know that you have good free throw shooters. It's just the ball's got to actually go in the hoop.
Exactly.
The lefty, Cole Henry, takes a couple of dribbles and takes a second and actually banks it in.
Coach Parker staring him down, laughing a little bit at that.
Here's a drive. McGran cut off. It's going to be a blocking foul. It's actually Beloma. Those black numbers on the black uniforms are not easy to read from up here, like I said.
That's Tanner's fourth, too.
And it is on DeCock. 4 for him. He'll exit. Yates comes in. This game not really in doubt with 5:43 left third quarter, 57-31. Oskaloosa's offense has been cranking out points at will, and the defense for the most part has been extremely strong as well. Here's Hargrave, lost the handle. It was knocked out by Foster. Ooh. It'll stay down here.
Xavier trying to talk to the ref a little bit to get that call, but didn't get it. I think he knew it was off of him too. He's smiling.
Inbound comes to Hargrave again. He's going to challenge this guy. Instead, kicks it back out to McGran. McGran drives right hand, lobs it off the glass too strong. Foster pulls down the rebound in traffic, and he's off and running 3-on-3. He's going to go all the way for 2. Wow, Xavier Foster, they were trying to take out the passing lane, and he says, all right, I'll just go up and slam it.
You're right, Emery, and he jumped pretty far away about the free throw line, so.
Yeah, he took maybe one step inside, as here's Beloma from about 30. Whoa!
Man, that was deep, dude. That was like a Spencer Tucker shot right there.
Here's a quick cut pass, finds Cruz, a little short. It was a good pass from Yates. Yep. Rebound cleared by Stickler, and here come the Big Reds again. It is Beloma. Kicks it out, McGran. Pardon, that is actually Oker, and he's going to draw a kickball by Cruz on the entry pass for Hargrave. Man, Beloma, you want to talk about limitless range. Yeah. He's hit a few of them from downtown.
He really has, and a few of those have come after Oskaloosa scored a big play too, so he's been silencing the crowd of
a long 3 from Tucker, and then the slam by Foster in the fast break. Here's Oker from the left corner. I told you he was hitting them during the warm-ups, and he does hit this one. His second 3 of the game. He's got 6.
Centerville needed this in the second quarter.
Try to keep this one close. Yeah, absolutely. Here's Henry in the left corner. He'll drive with the right hand. Nice mind on a cut. That zone defense, there are lanes when the opposition's looking at the basketball on the weak side to find little spaces to cut. And Yates did an excellent job doing that and draws the foul, the second on Logan Stickler, and the second team foul here in the second half.
That was too easy. Too easy.
Cruz on the inbound pass from Yates, and as
he just stepped right in front of his guy and wide open.
Sometimes it's hard to locate bodies when you're looking at the ball. And his own defense. 61-37. Oski leading big. Here's Beloma. Cut off nicely by the longer Ryan Yates. Hands it to Oker. Runs out of real estate. He's looking to do something with it. Nearly got the 5-second call. Beloma picks up the dribble. Gets it back to Oker. Drops it down. Nice find again to Hargrave and a late foul.
Oskaloosa's problem right there was they were trying to trap 2 guys out on the corners. That just left a guy down low and wide open. Xavier tried to get back, couldn't get back fast enough.
Third foul on Foster. That is the 13th foul, and Hargrave to the line to shoot 1. It was a good look from Oker underneath as well. Hargrave makes a free throw. He's got 11 in the game. And Centerville already has scored 17 points in the first 4 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, they really needed that second.
3 ball, and again, Tucker left alone from Yates for 3.
You can't do that. If you're reading the scouting report on Oskaloosa, you got to know, don't leave Spencer Tucker open.
Here is Oker outside the arc, takes 1 dribble, picks it up, gets it back to Hargrave. He wants to go with the left hand, runs out of room. Oker top of the key for 3. This is a shootout.
This is definitely a shootout. Back and forth 3-pointers.
Everybody's getting in on the act here in the second half. We're only 4.5 minutes in. Oski has scored 20 points. Centerville has scored 20 points. Cruz for 3.
Add him to the list.
Cruz with 12.
Oskaloosa calling a timeout here.
Just to settle things down, because everything they're scoring on this end, they're giving up on the other. This is unbelievable. This is the most impressive quarter of offensive basketball I think I've seen. Maybe with the exception, I watched an Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont versus Davis County game in the playoffs last year. And those 2 schools for really the entire first half were back and forth and were putting up big numbers. But through not even 5 minutes of this quarter, I have seen 23 points from Oskaloosa on the board and 20 points from Centerville. That is some efficient stuff.
And we mentioned, is Centerville going to come out strong, or are they just going to roll over? And obviously, they're coming out strong.
They are not afraid right now, and they want to play this pace.
Yeah.
This South Central Conference could be fun with the pace that these teams like to play. Davis County likes to play fast. And even Blacksburg Fremont likes to play fast. Knoxville can play fast. This is going to be a fun conference to keep an eye on this year. Centerville will walk it up outside of the 30-second timeout from Oskaloosa. It is McGran to Beloma. He thinks about the 30-foot three. Instead, he'll take Yates off the dribble, go all the way, blocked from behind and off of his back. It'll go to Oskaloosa.
Almost got Ryan there, but Ryan being smart, stuck with him, and got the block, and then it just rolled off right off Beloma's back.
24-point lead for Oskaloosa, despite the two teams having as strong an offensive quarter as we've seen. Quickly ahead, here's Yates as they break the press. Yates, cross court to Henry. He'll kick it out to the volleyball line. It is Tucker. He'll drive into the paint. Little 15-foot floater is good.
He's very good at that shot. I don't know how he does it, but that floater, he makes that about 90% of the time.
And it's a tough shot.
Very tough.
But when you get taller like he's gotten, it is much more makeable because you're not having to throw it so high over guys. You're not that much smaller as he intercepts that pass. Not a good pass there from Centerville. He'll step into a long three right corner. Oh my goodness, he is unconscious.
He is on fire. Someone's going to have to call the fire department here soon because he's catching some fire.
There's a long three. That is an air ball from Beloma, but tipped by Henry out of bounds.
Trying to silence the crowd again.
72-43. If that would have gone in, man. Like, I mean, it isn't as fun like a basketball game as you could ask for.
Oh, exactly.
Poked away by Cruz, and he'll get credit for a steal.
Spencer, is he going to take
Tucker,
it?
yeah. Heat check, right wing. Yep. Yes!
He is on fire. He's having a blast. Look at him up there, smiling. Man,
keep finding two.
He's back.
Keep finding two.
I don't even know if he's looking down low anymore.
Here is Beloma. Bothered by Nunikoven. Hands it off. That should be a blocking foul, and it is. As Stickler kind of lowered his shoulder, but Nunikoven clearly was trying to move laterally to get there and couldn't get there in time. For Nunikoven, his first. That is the team's third personal foul.
If you're a fan of offense right now, you're getting your money's worth right now.
It's actually the fourth team foul on Oskaloosa. Stickler moves to his right, little crossover, little pump fake, kicks it back out. Henry, good defense, but moved that left leg into the path of McGran. And that's the fifth team foul for Henry. That is his second.
Oskaloosa's got to be careful again. Don't want to get too many fouls.
75-43. Oskaloosa leading by 32. And for Centerville, as effective as they've been shooting the ball in this third quarter, they're still trailing big. Here's a nice handoff from Stickler, and the layup. Hargrave, late foul call as he was hit in the back of the head on the shot.
Way to finish.
Hargrave set up nicely on the pass from Stickler. This team finds the passing lanes as well as Henry exits Foster back in. And that's 13 for Hargrave. He has averaged over 11 points per game so far, so he's one of the guys trying to pick up the scoring load for this team after losing their leading scorers, both 24 points per game from Kozlerich and Colton Beloma at 14 per game. He misses the free throw, however, and the rebound by Cruz.
Centerville's got a big substitution coming in on deck here in a little bit on the next dead ball.
Yates kicks it out, volleyball line. Tucker thought about it, thought better of it. Here's a kick out. Nunikoven, 15-foot jump shot from Foster is no good. Rebound on the offensive glass is Cruz, and he lays it back up and in.
Jared getting right down in there and getting that rebound. That's what you like to see from a big guy like him.
Stickler into the left corner, and he'll just shoot it over the top of Foster, just a little long, and the rebound pulled down by Cruz, who's starting to really hit the glass hard. Tucker dribbles it up, 1:12 left here in this incredible third quarter we've seen. Foster will take the right wing three, no good. Rebound, Cruz again.
Jared, he's in the right spot, it seems like, every time, and he's just, no one's around him, and he's just grabbing the board and putting it right back in.
That zone defense, it's hard to box out because you can't find bodies.
That's right.
Outside the arc, here is McGran. He'll drive, knocked away, but they're going to call a reach-in foul. That one's a tough call on Spencer Tucker.
I thought Spencer picked it clean, but obviously I'm not a ref. So.
That's the 7th team foul, I believe, and that should be a 1-and-1. It is a 1-and-1. And as you mentioned, the group substitution into the game here, Kozlerich, Beloma, Stickler, Oker, and it will be McGran who will all exit. Wait a second. No, it's going to be Hargrave. So McGran's going to stay in. It'll be Kozlerich, along with McGran. They'll be out there with Quentin Kessner, as McGran's first free throw is good. The foul was a second on Tucker and the 7th team foul. Also out there for the first time is Trent McCann, a sophomore at 5'11". And this one a little short. And the rebound pulled down by Cruz. So he's got 5 rebounds in real quick order here for Oskaloosa since rechecking back into the game. Tucker loses his man. 25-foot attempt is a little short. Rebound, Nunakoven underneath. And Oskaloosa will get another crack at this possession. Here's Foster. He'll go up and he'll just slam it on top of Matt McDonald, who couldn't do anything about it.
Good little spin move. No one was there to help out.
You can't. I mean, McDonald at 6'4" can do nothing with that.
No.
81-46. The Indians now will have the running clock on as they lead by 35. 15 seconds left in the third. Here is Kessner, loses the handle, gets it back, gives it over to McGran. McGran sees the clock's got 8. He's going to dribble it, working on Tucker. Tucker knocks it away for a steal. Here comes the Indians. 2 seconds. Nunakoven tries a layup, gets it at the horn.
What a layup. Took some contact too, but still finished it.
Oskaloosa, an unbelievable quarter they put up. 39 in the third quarter.
That is absolutely insane.
We'll take a quick break and be back with the fourth. After this, Oski leading big here on the No Coast Network.
Our roots are here in the middle of America, where humble beginnings can grow into great opportunities. Where hard work and high standards are the key ingredients to success. Where honesty and integrity matter. We're proud of our roots, proud to be a part of a community that shares our values, and grateful to our customers for giving us the opportunity to grow.
Oskaloosa just put together maybe the most impressive scoring quarter that I can think of in recent memory. Not for this team, but for any team that I've been able to see personally in general. We'll have to look back at the numbers, but it was collectively from both teams an impressive quarter, especially in the first 4 minutes. Oskaloosa finished the quarter on fire with 39 points in the quarter. Some teams don't average 39 in a game. But
they almost outscored themselves in the whole first half.
39 in the quarter. They are on pace for 100, but they will have the running clock working against them in that regard.
And as you can see, the totally different lineup for Oskaloosa.
We'll get to that in a second. Centerville put up 23. They matched their first half total in this third quarter. So that was as fast-paced and as good a shooting quarter as you're going to see in high school basketball.
Exactly.
Centerville with the same unit that finished that last quarter outside of Hargrave. He remains in the game, or he comes back into the game. But the rest of the guys out there, Kessner, McCann, along with McDonald, and Kozlerich for the Big Reds wearing their black uniform, shooting at a right basket. They have it underneath the hoop. And this fourth quarter will go by quickly with that running clock, trust me. You really don't know how fast it goes until you're at zeros. In the middle, that is McCann, and there'll be a foul on the deck. Jackson Blythe is out there for Oskaloosa, along with Noah Van Veldhuizen, Nick Harrington, Austin Hafner, who had a nice game, almost scoring 20 points in that junior varsity game before this one. And then Colton Butler, a sophomore, getting his first varsity action of the year. The foul was on Blythe on the rebound, 1-and-1 for Hargrave, and the first one is good.
Everyone out there for Oskaloosa, too, right now. Hard-working kids, and Austin, he can hit a 3.
He's a great shooter.
Yeah, he's
that's what he
amazing.
brings. That's what he brings to the table for sure. 15 for Hargrave as he makes both 3 for 4 at the line for him in this game. Here's Van Veldhuizen. He steps into a 15-foot jump shot, way long. Rebound pulled down and cleared by Kessner. He wants to bring it ahead. Good hustle by Butler, knocking it out of bounds, and it'll keep it down here with the Big Reds. The clock will be running until one of two things. A timeout is called, free throws are being shot, or Centerville gets it inside of 25 points on the scoreboard. Oskaloosa leading 83-48. A little entry pass is knocked away by Van Veldhuizen, and he'll get the steal. He'll go ahead, but his pass is long, missing Hafner on the cut. And it'll go back. That's only Oskaloosa's 6th turnover by my count in the game. Again, my numbers are a little unofficial. You'll have to check with what QuickStatsIowa.com has. That Coach Parker and his staff will punch in there after the game for the official word. But from my standpoint, they have not turned the ball over too much, despite having a pretty sloppy first quarter.
Yeah, you're right, Emery. They had a couple turnovers in the first quarter, but since then, they picked it up very well.
Here is a drive all the way. Nice drive from Quentin Kessner, a 5'9" sophomore.
Oskaloosa's just got to settle down a little bit. I know these are people that usually don't get as many varsity minutes, but just calm down.
Good read. Kozlerich, coast to coast. I'm telling you, these young guys here, they are an athletic group.
Yes.
These underclassmen for Centerville. And Kozlerich, as a freshman, they obviously see something in him. Maybe a little bit of Brett in him as well. But Brady Kozlerich looking strong in this game as well off the bench for the Big Reds. Van Veldhuizen from the free throw line, a little long on the shot. Hargrave still in the ball game, able to rip down the rebound. Here comes Centerville with Kessner on the right wing, guarded by Blythe. 5.5 to go, fourth quarter. Oskaloosa leading big, 83-52. Hargrave, about 25 feet out, up top, gets it over to the left wing. Nothing doing there for Kessner, but he'll settle it back down outside the arc, and now he'll want to drive. Kick it out. Here's a drive from McCann. Kick out Kozlerich from the right corner, three. That one's off the mark. The rebound poked around, and eventually Colton Butler squeezes it, but throws it away. The steal credited to Kessner. He's playing hard.
Yeah.
And then he'll get it back to the top to McCann. Then to Kessner, right wing. Faces up, guarded by Harrington. Kozlerich working on Hafner, drives, kicks it out. Open look for McCann from the left wing, no good. Rebound loose. Kozlerich fouled on the rebound.
Jump ball.
No, it's a jump ball, and it will go to Oskaloosa. Good call there, Calvin. It's good effort on the rebound by Kozlerich in the paint.
Oskaloosa's defense isn't looking terrible right now. Just the offensive side.
We talked about it in that second quarter, though. You didn't see as much movement from Centerville in that second quarter, and the offense was lackluster. They made 2 shots in that entire second quarter, only scored 9 points. We saw how fluid it was, just trying to get up as quickly as they could, get shots up as quickly as possible in the front court. In that third quarter, they scored 23 points.
That's the thing. They got to keep their fast pace. They like to move it fast, and they got to set screens.
Here's Austin Hafner for 3, around and out, no good. Van Veldhuizen gets the offensive board, goes back up, and gets the roll.
He's playing hard right now.
First 2 of his varsity career for Noah Van Veldhuizen, and that goes along with these guys we saw play hard in the JV level, as Tyler Miller and Isaac Schultz out there for the first time. A couple of guys, sophomores, who did the same thing, were really strong in that JV game that we saw Oskaloosa get a win with Coach Nick Eversmeyer before this one. Here's a backdoor pass that's kicked. Clock continues to run. Here comes Tucker Irwin Jr. He'll replace Butler. And a nice hand from the crowd. Also into the game, Jace Kirkland, a sophomore, 6 foot even for Centerville, came in at the Lestad ball, replacing Hargrave. So both teams running with some younger units. Here's a catch and shoot from the left corner. That's an air ball, rebounded by Van Veldhuizen. Eventually bounces over to Hafner. Nice read by Kozlerich on the passing lane. Gets it ahead. Here is McCann. He goes up and scores, and he's fouled by Miller.
Miller, actually, I thought that was a very great defensive play by Miller. I thought he got the ball, but like I said, not a ref. So.
Trent McCann gets the 2. Excellent pass from Kozlerich on the fast break. First foul on Miller. The free throw is no good. Rebound Irwin.
It's going to be hard to get a rebound if you're going against Irwin. 6'6". He's a pretty tall kid.
And he's a big body.
Yeah.
Here is a save by Van Veldhuizen, finds an open Hafner from about 17, way long.
Rushed the shot.
Rebound to McDonald. He loses the handle, but gets it back, goes all the way. Tough right-handed finish from Matt McDonald. These sophomores are looking strong for Centerville here.
They're looking great. They're playing together. They're hustling in transition. That's where they're getting some of their points from.
And 4 seniors sitting on the bench right now, and a junior, as there's a steal by McDonald. And another leak out, going the other way. Here is McCann, an easy right-handed layup. He's got 4 in the quarter. 2:19 counting here. Oskaloosa still leading big by 30, or by 27 points rather, 85-58. Here's all the way, tough lay-in from Miller. He'll go to the line for 2.
Great put up. That's what I like to see from Tyler too. He's one of the smaller kids out there, but he's taking it right in the paint. He's taking the contact.
Hard-nosed player. It's tough to tell what sport he is best at.
Yeah.
My guess would be baseball first, track and field second, football third, and basketball fourth.
He's a great athlete overall, though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but when you're talking about that, you have to realize that this guy is going to be a varsity contributor to this team when some of these older guys get out of the way.
Exactly. And
I mean, next year he'll probably, I'm not going to say he's going to start immediately, but when you're talking about all the seniors, he goes 2 for 2 at the line here. When you're talking about all the seniors that Oskaloosa loses, I mean, it is going to be There's going to be a lot of playing time for some of these younger guys to try to grab next year.
It'll be very interesting next year to see what Coach Parker does for lineups and everything.
These guys have to work hard to try to earn their stead on the floor. Here's a nice behind-the-back dribble all the way. Kessner can't get the roll. Good rebound by McDonald, and then he puts it back up for 2 more.
Tyler just got his feet kind of stuck together, couldn't quite keep up with them.
And there's going to be a little hand check foul on the floor over here. That's just a 4th team foul on Centerville. The foul is going to be the first on Jace Kirkland. That's his 2nd foul. Back into the game is Colton Butler. He'll replace Van Veldhuizen. Inside of 90 seconds to play here, 4th quarter. Oskaloosa 87, Centerville 60. 27-point advantage. Nice inbound pass to Butler, and he looked like that was a clean block up top, but we'll see who the foul gets called on. And it's going to be the guy who I thought had the clean block, and that's Trent McCann. Again, I'm not an official either, so it'll be a couple of moments. It'll be a couple of free throws for Colton Butler. First one on the way, and that's long.
Being a young guy coming out here varsity level and shooting free throws, I'll tell you what, it's not very easy. Everyone's eyes are on you. It's hard.
Get a little bit of that at the JV level, but it's not near as much as when you have this energy in a varsity game. Second foul shot is rattling home for the sophomore Butler. 88-60, and we're nearing a minute to play here in the 4th quarter. What a 3rd quarter. Oskaloosa 39 points, 23 for Centerville. One of the best offensive quarters that you'll ever see at the high school level is McCann up and under. Tough shot in traffic. Trent McCann. He's got 6.
We've said this multiple times, but these young guys are just, this whole group really is just looking great right now.
Tyler Miller flailing as he drives and is able to draw the contact and get the foul call. Kirkland gets his 3rd. 88-62 with 51.7 left. Miller's first free throw gets the roll.
Good shot.
3 for 3 at the line. Into the game for the first time. Alvin Ting, a junior who played almost every second of that junior varsity game earlier tonight for Centerville. Second one is good for Miller. He's 4 for 4 at the line since coming into the game. 45 seconds to go. 90-62, Oskaloosa putting up quite an offensive performance here in non-conference action. Tuning up for that big matchup here against Grinnell on Friday. Here is Centerville, and it's Kozlerich, the left wing, working on Schultz. He's got a size advantage on him. Loses the dribble, kicks it out, finds an open man, looking for 3, getting the bounce.
Getting that lucky bounce.
Kessner. Kozlerich has 3 assists off the bench, and Kessner now has 7 points. Here underneath is Butler, left hand. Nice entry find by Blight.
That was a good shot. You would like to see him turn the other way, but that's something you can work on as a, you know.
He'll take the bucket.
Yeah.
Here is Kozlerich, left wing 3, around and out, no good. Rebound Irwin, and that should do it. Oskaloosa picks up the non-conference win, 92-65. Excellent work from the Indians, taking care of business on their home floor, looking strong in almost every facet of the game, and this one will surely be one that you can chalk up on the positive board as you head into a big conference matchup Friday against Grinnell. We'll take a break. When we come back, the post-game show, get you stats, interviews, and more when we return after this on the No Coast Network.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's, get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners, cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture, and find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Miranchito or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Experience the Bruxforts difference. We aim to provide you with the best value and better service than can be found anywhere else. After 36 years, we're still as committed to our customers and our community as the day we first opened our doors. Please stop in and give us a chance to prove how important our customers are to us.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Your final score tonight, Oskaloosa boys basketball, a big 92-65 victory as the players make their way through the student tunnel. And they are now 4-0 on the season after an incredibly impressive performance, especially offensively tonight. And the Indians have to feel very good about what they've been able to accomplish so far this season with a big matchup in the conference on Friday here at home against Grinnell. Emery Songer alongside my partner Calvin Silvers. If you're tuned in on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN Radio, KMZN.com, MCG Channel 7 with our live video stream, thanks for joining us at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Final stats, the most important one is obviously the final score, but there's not a whole lot you can pick apart about this game negatively for Oskaloosa.
Oh no, they were on fire, especially that third quarter. Came out, hitting three. Spencer Tucker caught fire. Xavier Foster had a good game. Cole Henry had a good game. I could go on and on about how good everyone played tonight.
This is an unbelievable game for a lot of different reasons, but the first thing that I want to mention more than anything is the fact that this is a perfect tune-up for Oskaloosa moving forward. And before we even move into that, Centerville showed that they are more than capable opponent tonight, scoring 65 points and having a very strong third quarter. While Oskaloosa was scoring 39 points, they scored 23 points in the third. So they showed their offense is there. This is not going to be an easy team to walk over in the South Central Conference.
Oh no, especially if Centerville gets their pace of game, which is fast. They like to go fast, and like we said earlier, when they get screens going, the ball moving, they're almost unstoppable. So
and they have guys who can make shots, and that's one thing that they're going to be looking to improve on after tonight's loss, as well as they're back in conference play against Albia on Friday. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll be joined up here in the Crow's Nest by Oskaloosa head coach Ryan Parker. That's coming your way after this, right here on the No Coast Network.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue-bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know your mouth wants you to. Do the
You're live in the Crow's Nest at Oskaloosa High School's gymnasium. 92-65, Oskaloosa, an impressive victory, and I'm being joined by the head coach of the Indians, Ryan Parker. Coach, congratulations on the win. I know we talked about this. You knew what you were getting into against a non-conference team. You knew you were going to be a big favorite against. How do you feel like your team performed overall tonight?
Well, I thought offensively we were fine. It was the defensive effort we still have to fix. I mean, you give up 65 points in a game, even though you scored 92. You know, we're happy we win, you know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, and people that are listening out there, don't get me wrong, that we're happy as all get out. But how good do we want to be is our message at the end of the game in the locker room. Because, you know, you pointed out to me we scored 39 in the third. We also gave up 23 in the third. And that's as much as we gave up the entire first half. So we got to get better on the defensive end. We will. But it's one of those things where it's not a fun thing. Offense is fun. Defense isn't much fun. But the question is how good do you want to be?
This team, we talked about last year, just trying to get the threesome of Foster, Henry, and Cruz on the floor at the same time, and we saw some legitimate pace with those guys out there, and it helped in that third quarter that you guys exploded, that Spencer Tucker started to catch fire. We talked about it before the game when we were just kind of preparing for the broadcast, that, you know, this is a guy who doesn't go 0 for 11 very often in games. So it's not a big surprise to us who've seen him the last couple of years that he's really exploded the last couple of nights. But specifically Henry, Cruz, and Foster out there, what have you seen in the first 4 games this year of them being out there together, and what on both sides of the floor you've been able to accomplish?
Well, our off-season thing was our bigs have to guard guards. And we haven't really been at that liability with those guys. And that's impressive. You know, if we can guard guards, we'll be just fine, because our offense is that much better with those 3 guys on the floor. And Spencer catches fire, and Ryan Yates catches fire, and Tanner's catching fire from the 3. Tucker Nunakoven's shooting really well from 3. We're a really tough team to beat. But again, you give up 65, you've got to score. And we're capable of that, and we'll continue to work on that. But this is a really fun team to watch. How many dunks do we have tonight?
I couldn't count. By the end of the first quarter, you had at least 5. You might have had 10 by the end of the game.
And that's not typical in a high school game.
You don't see that many in a season.
No, you don't. And that's what's fun, and I think our fans are starting to enjoy that, because, you know, it's not just making shots. It's not just run up and down the floor. Okay, these kids are coming to the game and seeing stuff they may never see ever at a high school gym, and special players. And it's not just the focus on Xavier. Okay, the big write-up in the Des Moines Register today. Cole Henry's really, really good. Jared Cruz is really, really good. Spencer Tucker, Ryan Yates. I mean, Tanner DeCock's a 4-year starter for this program. Tucker Nunakoven does whatever we ask him to do, and everybody on the bench. This team's really deep, and it's fun to coach because they really don't care who scores it, okay, or who gets the glory. They're not jealous of each other. They just want to win.
We saw also in this game, one of the most impressive things was the fact that...
What, the backflip off the dunk?
Well, I'm just glad he's okay. Because it looked really ugly.
Yeah,
but you have a big conference matchup. One of your rivals out of conference in Knoxville, you're able to get a comfortable win. You beat a non-conference team here. I viewed this myself as a tune-up for that big Grinnell matchup, because Grinnell was able to steal a couple of close games from you last year. I know they don't have the same personnel this year, but what are you looking forward to on Friday against the Tigers?
They shoot the ball extremely well. I watched film a little bit today, and the Mitchell kid can really shoot it, and you got some younger kids, got some size down low, a couple 6'3", 6'5" kids. I expect them to give us a good game. It's a conference game, and everybody's going to give us their best shot. We talk about it all the time. Okay, everybody's going to give us the best possible shot they can, and we just got to weather it. You know, we maybe weathered it for a first quarter tonight, okay, because that's sometimes their Super Bowl. So our team doesn't get too panic mode. I wish they'd get a little bit more fire under their rear end, but in the end, it's a really fun team to coach.
Well, it's a fun team to watch as well. 92-65, congrats, Coach, and we will see you Friday night.
Thank you.
That is Ryan Parker. We'll take a short break and be back with Cole Henry, talk about his game tonight when we return after this on the No Coast Network.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
Plow Valve Company of Oskaloosa is very proud of all area students involved in any school activities. They know that being involved takes dedication and hard work put forth by each student. Plow Valve Company reminds you to support our area students in the various activities that they're involved in. School activities are important in molding young people into healthy, successful adults, as they are an important part of a good community. Congratulations to all area students from Plow Valve Company in Oskaloosa.
Back here again, live from the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium, 92-65. The Oski boys get a resounding win in the non-conference, and I'm joined by one of the stars of tonight's game in the first 4 games of the season, Cole Henry. Cole, congrats on the victory. You've had a very good start to the season, and for me, watching this team play, and my partner Calvin said it best early on, no one guy is looking to try to get all of the points. No one guy is looking for the highlight reel play. All of you guys are good at sharing the basketball, and your passing's gotten you a triple-double already this year. What's it like to play on this team, and what's really the mantra that you guys play for in these games, knowing that we're going to score a lot of points? Let's go out there and have fun together.
Our whole motto is to win. We don't really care much about stats. We let the win speak for itself. I kind of have a personal model that, the stats are great, but at the end of the season, how many wins you have and how many losses you have really depicts how your season went. So, the stats are awesome, and if someone goes off, we're super happy for them. If someone has a bad night, you never get too low. So this season is basically just about wins and playing for each other. So, the stats will come, but more importantly is the win. So.
And a win where you score 92 points is fun as well. You only had 14 tonight, but you've been averaging over 17 a game so far this season. You've really blossomed the last few years with Coach Parker and this team. You're playing with a high-profile recruit in Xavier Foster. You've become a high-profile recruit as well, but you've also been around basketball at high levels with your dad, head coach John Henry over at William Penn University. How was your childhood? I watched you when you were like 6 years old, at halftime of the game, shooting from 3, back when you were just a little tyke. How was that experience growing up, watching good basketball at William Penn University kind of helped you grow into the player you are right now?
Man, I tell you what, growing up, looking up to those guys and wanting to be, 6'5", and then getting 6'5", and wanting to be 6'8", and then getting 6'8", and then wanting to be big and nasty like some of those guys, and then finally starting to, get some attention my own self. It's really come a long way. And the goal was to always play for my dad. But then once these schools from higher divisions came around me, I was like, sorry, Dad, I'm probably not playing for you. So, that's what started it all, is going to those games and looking up to those older guys, and my childhood was great. I'm thankful for it. So.
Well, and you got a long way to go. You're still just a junior this season. You got plenty of time left this year. Big conference game against Grinnell. Last year you were part of 2 very close games against the Tigers, and I know it was tough to be on the losing end of both of those games. On the road, you came from 19 points down, made that a game, ended up losing by double figures, lost a close one here at home.
Yep.
You get them at home first on Friday night. What are you hoping to accomplish against Grinnell on Friday?
They really left a sour taste in our mouth when we lost to them both times last year. So we're hoping to win pretty handily and make a statement known that we're here, and since the conference play is starting, that we're going to make sure that they know that we're here, and we're going to get a win, and that's the main goal. So that's it.
And everybody can come out here and enjoy fantastic basketball.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable stuff tonight. What's the one thing from this team that stands out most to you through 4 games?
We have so much fun. But all 4 of these games have been so fun. Even like the first quarter of the Grinnell game or the Fairfield game, it was kind of slow, and when we got it figured out. All the games have just been so much fun. I look up to them so much. Some of the games last year were kind of tough, and then at the end of them, I was like, man, I didn't really have that much fun. But this year, all the games have been unbelievably fun. I'm really proud of that. Really thankful for that.
It's been fun for us to watch them as well. Cole, congratulations on the win tonight. We'll be seeing you on Friday night, and good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Cole Henry. We'll take a short break. Be back. Wrap it up after this on the No Coast Network.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and
We're back. Emery and Calvin wrap it up. Final score, 92-65. Hey, this was a fun game to watch.
It was a very fun game to watch. Very exciting, very fast-paced, and we saw some offensive people go off tonight.
Tucker goes for 22, 3 steals as well. Oskaloosa turns them over at least 15 times by my final statistics. Xavier Foster, a couple leak-out dunks. We're glad he didn't break his neck when he let go of the rim over there. But overall, there's not a lot you can take away from it. But one thing we did talk, a general theme, Oskaloosa did go 67% from the free throw line in this game. But you'd like to see that even a little bit better. This is a team that is capable of 70-75% as a unit. And we've seen guys like the Cock and Cruz and even Henry missing some free throws, and it's just a little uncharacteristic. But that's one thing that we can definitely talk about, that at least with the ball in their hands, Oskaloosa can improve.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably something they're going to practice a lot this week. And I know Tanner goes to the Y after practice and works on that too. So he'll get back to his normal self.
Other than that, defensively, Coach Parker said he had a little bit of concerns about giving up 65 points to a team like Centerville. But we saw from up here, they make a lot of shots. They are a shot-taking and shot-making team, and they're going to be a thorn in the side of those teams in the South Central Conference. So do not discount what they were able to bring out here tonight as well. Oskaloosa back in action Friday night. They're going to be taking on the Grinnell Tigers here at home. What are you looking forward to in that matchup?
I'm looking for some excitement. I know they're going to bring some fans. We're going to have our fans. It's going to be loud in this gym. And Grinnell's not going to back down. They're going to want to show, because they've kind of had a shaky start, and they're going to want to prove themselves against a good Oskaloosa team. So it's going to be loud, and it's going to be fun.
Girls and boys doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock in the evening on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, as well as a live video stream right here in this gym on radiokmzn.com and MCG Channel 7. Do not want to miss it, as Little Hawkeye Conference play is back in action for the Indians on Friday. Also, be sure to check out the Hy-Vee Homestretch Show live from your hometown Oskaloosa Hy-Vee. We're shooting there live 6 o'clock in the evening on Thursday nights. You want to go out there and enjoy a fantastic meal up there at your hometown Oskaloosa Hy-Vee and see some coaches from around the area, both Oskaloosa as well as William Penn University, as well as North Mahaska, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont. That's a great time as well. We'll have that show live at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Calvin, thanks so much for joining us. You'll be joining me throughout the season, and this was a fun first broadcast for us. We'll be catching up with you again next week.
Thank you for having me, Emery.
All right, that is Calvin Silvers for our entire crew, including the Oskaloosa Video Production Program here at OHS, as well as our director, Dina Lanjucci. Kenny Jones back in the No Coast Network studios. This is Emery Songer signing off. Oskaloosa, a 92-65 win over Centerville. You heard it and watched it right here on the No Coast Network.
This has been Oskaloosa Indians basketball action on the No Coast Network.
Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxfort's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug.
This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network.